Well, good morning, good morning, good morning, and happy Monday. This is Gigi. This is usually walking 1K with Gigi, but the weather has changed here in the 757, and we did get a little snow last night, but it looks like it has melted. This is kind of mixed with a little rain this morning. But in any case, this is a day that the Lord has made, and we're rejoicing and we are glad in it. Oh my goodness, this is like the first Monday in the brand new year. Oh my goodness. And it's kind of funny because the children here are supposed to go back to school today, but we've got a 2 hour delay. And I know they're kind of happy about that, although, they probably wish the whole day was out. But come on up here and look. It's important. I want to say this. It is important to get moving, Now, you may not be able to, go outside like today, because like I told y'all before, when I'm out on the track, I'm not going to be ice skating and doing all those certain things on the track. And I may get out there a little bit later when the weather's a little bit clearer. But already, I'm looking at my smartwatch. I've already gotten 517 steps in already. And you can do this around your house and so forth. But I just ask you to get at least 1,000 steps in, because as I have said, walking, there's so many benefits to walking, even if you walk indoors. But the thing is that you just got to keep on moving. But again, I hope that everyone has had a wonderful weekend. I know I certainly had a wonderful weekend. And I hope you did too. And I do have a gym nugget for today. Romans 8:28 says, "For we know that all things, that word all, I love that word all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are the called according to his purpose." There's several words that I like in there, especially that all thing. It's not saying that all things are good, but all things do work together for good. Now, somebody might say this morning, because, we're getting a little snow this morning, that, this might not be all that good, but there's still some benefits. Even when it snows, I hear what the old people used to say, yeah, we need a little snow sometimes to get, get the germs out of the air and so forth. But we know that everything that God does, and see, there's some points in here though. Because it says, "For we know that all things work together for good." Guess what? To them that love God. Oh my goodness, you put your faith in God, you obey God, you do those things. He said, all things work together to them that love God, and those that are called according to his purpose. I love the song by Travis Green, "All things are working for my good," because he's intentional, y'all. He is intentional in everything he good, especially to those that love him and are called according to his purpose. I think about Job. And a lot of us, I don't think nobody had been through anything like Job, and of course Jesus Christ. But Job, when you read the story of Job, he was an upright man. That means that he loved God, because you know why I know he loved God? Because he wanted to keep his commandments. They said he was an upright man. He stayed away. That word excused. He stayed away from evil. And another thing he did, I thought it was interesting. said every morning he would offer up offerings on behalf of his children, just in case that they had sinned. And this was a practice that he did every morning. So we know that he loved God because he wanted to do what was right in the eyes of God. Didn't say that he was perfect. Didn't say that he dotted every I, that he crossed every T, but he was upright. And even when it came to his children, I thought that part was very interesting. And a lot of us know the story of Job, that the devil came one day, and God allowed the devil to test Job, because the devil told God, said, well, you got a hedge around him, and all of that. And he said, and God, when God can even point you out and said, that's my servant Job, he's an upright man, that's something good to say. But as we know that God allowed the enemy to test Job, oh my goodness, destroyed all his cattle and his livestock, all his living, because Job was rather prosperous. I mean, he owned a lot of cattle and things like that. Destroyed his home, killed his children, we have a few, we get upset when we lose loved ones, of course, but Job lost all of his children. And then he was covered with sores. I mean, he was covered with these sores that he had to sit down and cut them off with a little knife. Oh, I mean, he was terrible. And he almost lost his wife, because his wife couldn't understand, you love Lord and all of that. And and you going through all that. She said, you ought to curse God and die. But he did not do that. And then even his friends came around and said, Job, you must have did something wrong. But he said, you know what Job said? He said, though he slay me, yet will I trust him. And he never sinned in anything that he said. Now, he was wondering himself, why is this happening to me? And God even had to say, were you there? You don't know my intentions. He even asked him questions. Were you there when I made the moon and the stars and all of that? But that was only human for Job to feel this way. But what I like, when it came down to Job 42:10, it says, and the Lord turned the captivity of Job when he prayed for his friends. He had to pray for his friends too. Also, the Lord gave Job, listen to this, twice as much as he had before. Won't he do it? But all things, those things that happened to Job were not good. But God was intentional. He worked it out for his good, and it was a testimony even to his friends, even to his wife. And see, when we go through things, this is something that we have to remember, as Travis Green says in his song, that he's intentional, and that all things work together for good to those that love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. Aren't you glad that he is intentional, and that all things, see, you got to get into that all, because like I said, all things are not good. Oh, we've been through so many things, especially through year 2024. And there are some things that are getting ready to happen as we go into 2025 and the future. But we have to remember in all of it, it's all good because it's intentional. It's all good. That's my gem nugget. It's all good because it's intentional. Because God will make it work out for your good. Let me read that one more time. And we know, if we don't know already, we should know. We know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them. How do we know those that love God? The scripture even says that if you love me, you'll keep my commandments. That's what Job did. He kept God's commandments. And he even tried to cover his own kids as well. But it says, especially to those that love God, that keep his commandments, those that are called according to his purpose. You are guaranteed that all things, yes, sir, James, all things will work together for good. Oh my goodness. I'm just doing this a little different this morning, and just invite you to just come on up here and just chat with me and let me know that you're up there. I know it's kind of early this morning, but I just want y'all to know that all things work together for good. This is usually Walking 1K with Gigi, but as you can see behind me, it's a little dreary. We've had a little snow, and like I told you, I don't do no ice skating and stuff out there in the snow. And walking is important. Walking is important, and I just want to give a shout out. I kind of envy my friends in Kenya, because y'all can walk out there. It's nice out. It's nice out there. I'm sure that it is here. But Walking 1K with Gigi, just thank you. And I just want to remind you, subscribe to this Gem Nugget channel, because our mission, Pastor James E. Gilmore Sr. and I, we want to inspire, we want to instruct, and we want to encourage you. We want to encourage you. Oh my goodness. But subscribe to the Gem Nugget channel. We're at 34. We're getting ready to get into 35,000 subscribers. If you want to support this ministry, we've got the Cash App, Gem Gifts. We've got our website, graceandtwineministries.com. There's also a super chat up there, or a super thanks, whatever you're on. If you want to support this channel, and I just wanted to do this a different way, because really I had to do it a different way because of the weather outside today. And you might be tuning in later and still get your walk in, move. Like I said, I was up to 600, 500 and some steps already, and I usually do an average of 10,000 steps. And like I said, I'll get that in before the end of the day, and the weather gets a little better. But y'all stay warm, y'all stay blessed. Oh my goodness. But don't forget, it's all good, it's intentional. Romans 8:28, for all things work together for good for those that love the Lord and those that are called according to his purpose. Y'all have a blessed day. Stay warm. Here in the South, we get excited when we get a forecast about just a few little snowflakes, because we're not used to a lot of snow. And we've got a rain mix, so it looks like the snow is practically melted. They say we might get a little more. But wherever you are, be blessed, stay warm, and have a blessed day, because it's all good, because it's intentional. Bye.